Talking to Aging and In-Home Services of Northeast Indiana. It's just an incredible resource that gets underused too often, and especially when there's little or no cost. To find out more, we want to talk to Sylvia and Maureen here more about Medicare Part D, because I know that's relatively recent, right? And then also, I think, relatively confusing. What does it cover? What does it not cover?
Mm-hmm. Medicare Part D has been around since, I want to say 2000,
Yeah.
Right.
2000, and it basically covered prescription drugs. So the Part D plans only cover prescription drugs. It is part of your Medicare benefit, but it is the part of the benefit that covers your prescription drugs.
And then again, are there options on this if I
Definitely,
have more prescription drugs?
You have a lot of options on which prescription drug plan, or even how you're going to get your Part D coverage. You can do a standalone plan, a PDP, which is just a basic standalone plan, or you can look at the Medicare Advantage plans that cover prescription drugs. Some people, if you're a veteran and don't know, or you haven't used your veterans benefit, you might want to look at that option. So we sit down with you, we talk about your information, and then we kind of give you information or feedback on all of your options, and then you get to decide what would be best for you.
Now, we're talking, you get to decide. Is this something, if I'm married, I'm coming in with my spouse, or is it literally me individually on a plan different from maybe my spouse?
You definitely could be on a plan that is different from your spouse.
Wow.
The Part D plans primarily look at the medications that you are on. So we might find a plan for you based off your prescription drugs that is really a good fit for you. But then when we look at your wife's prescription drugs, then we would find that maybe there would be another plan better able to meet her needs. And so definitely you could have two different plans, or you can decide for convenience, and basically if there's a cost comparison and there's not much difference, that you want to go to have the same plan just for the convenience. It's up to you.
How many of her do you have, Maureen?
I wish I could duplicate Sylvia many times over.
I would think.
She's an amazing wealth of knowledge, and we do have an entire staff of options counselors, case managers, and they are trained in SHIP. Sylvia tends to handle our more complicated situations, but we have an entire staff who can help lead people through choosing that plan, whether it's an Advantage plan or a Part D plan. There are tools online that Medicare has set up, and it can be based on, as Sylvia mentioned, the different prescriptions that an individual is on to help pick out what plan is going to be the best one for me and make the most sense financially. So otherwise, I mean, it would just be such an impossible task to try to do it without those online tools.
Right. I mean, even if you have the online tools, I still may not understand all the different options and how they're really going to impact my cost as the year goes on. And, and what if I have, that's a great question, I guess I just realized. What if I suddenly have more prescription medication? How often can I change my plan? Is this a one-time only in the year, or can I change as I need as I go?
Yes and no is the easy answer.
It's the government,
so
yes and no.
But normally what happens is you will select a prescription drug plan. In October, starting October the 15th, it's open enrollment for the prescription drug plans, and you have the options to review your insurance, and then if you want to make any changes for the 2019 year, you can do so at that time, and it will start January 1. Any changes you make during open enrollment will start the following year, January 1 of 2019. But then also, as life happens to us, there's different changes that occur, and then that may open up a special enrollment period for you. For example, if you are losing insurance, or your status changes, that might open up a special enrollment period
One
for
of those
you.
Qualifying events or whatever
exactly.
they call it.
And so then we could review again and see if you need to make changes at that time.
Also want to talk about identity theft and ways you can prevent that. Some of the new Medicare cards and things like that. We're going to talk more about that here with Aging and In-Home Services. We'll be right back on Insight.